everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I hope you're doing very well today. I wanted to make a video on a topic that I feel like it's very important to be aware of, and that is our internal dialogue when we're talking about manifesting. As often we forget that there is not only our perception of how we see the world, and every individual has their own perception. They have their own way of looking at the world based on their upbringings, based on their values, based on different factors. And that contributes to what type of dialogue is going on inside of our minds. We often forget that we can be our own cheerleader, or we can be our own worst enemy, depending on how we decide to talk to ourselves. That includes how we decide to criticize ourselves and how we decide to criticize what's around us. And we don't even notice that this is something that happens, as this is something that's done more at a subconscious level, something that's been stored, and we just decide to access it. And when we decide to access this information, we are operating from a survival point of view based on what it's needed for us to survive, not necessarily to thrive. But the thing is that if we don't cultivate an internal dialogue that includes positivity, that includes self-respect, that includes self-love. So the way that we talk to ourselves is the same way that we're going to be interacting with the world. The world reflects back what is being reflected internally through us. The universe is going to continue to give us what we vibrate, what type of frequency we're connected to, similarly to a radio station. If we're connected to a radio station that makes us feel at peace, that makes us feel as if we are in alignment with our desires, and we just get that constant energy boost and we feel as if it's already here, the universe is going to have no other option but to reflect that back. And the universe is not biased. It's not like the universe goes through a list based on whether you're considered to be doing something light or dark, as there is duality with everything that happens to our environment, to our surroundings, and based on what we perceive, we end up getting a type of feedback. So when we decide to drop resistance, when we decide to go internally, to meditate, to spend time in nature, to spend time getting to know our own preferences, regardless of what anyone else thinks, regardless of what anyone else would suggest. We can always listen to suggestions, but ultimately, if we do not listen to our own intuition, if we don't listen to what we truly want, and let's say we're trying to accommodate or please anyone else, there's always gonna be that little internal resistance, and that's there for us to use as a moral compass, essentially. So that way we're making the best decisions based on our own authenticity. And whenever there's challenges, whenever life presents us with situations where we are not necessarily following what's going on, that is when we have to take these moments as time for reflection. So the more that we cultivate self-love, the more that we listen to affirmations that are going to be reinforcing our positive beliefs, that are going to be reinforcing that our desires are absolutely meant to happen in our lifetime. We are an energetic match, because if we were not a match for them, then we wouldn't feel this connection to them. And often what happens is that we end up self-sabotaging by when we don't get the type of feedback that we actually would want. We decide to look at it as if it's not meant to be, if it's not meant to happen. But this is the thing, we are always being tested, as in order for us to really be an energetic match and to clear any type of resistance, so that way the path just has a clear way to get to us. We need to make sure that we show that we are that energetic match, and the way that we show it is by being able to exude that you can hold both. You can hold the desire, you can hold it internally, you can hold that vibration and emit that frequency that connects you to your desired outcome, but also that you will be fine without it, that you will be fine without having to be reminded of it all the time. And the way that I like to look at it is as if you had already obtained, let's say, the job that you wanted, if you wanted to obtain the relationship that you wanted, if you wanted to obtain the money that you wanted, if you were looking at yourself from a hindsight point of view, if you were already ahead of time, you would not be necessarily wishing for it the same way as you're wishing for it now. The resistance is gone because you already have obtained it. So that's what I mean about, like, you are good with or without it. The resistance to it is dropped. So that way, when you're looking back, let's say I wanted to manifest being able to have this necklace. Before I got it, I wanted it. And after I got it, I was happy. And then I just continue to wear it. I don't even have to overthink it. So similarly, when we are connected to the version of ourselves that doesn't have to overthink it, it's a no-brainer, it's in the bag, we are exuding a different energy, a different frequency, and that's the version that we want to connect to. So the more that we drop the negative, the lower vibrational self-talk about why it cannot happen, or why it shouldn't happen, or what if. But what if it actually ends up working out? What if it actually is meant to happen for you? And all you have to do is really continue to hold on to the knowing that what you desire desires you back. I hope that this was helpful and that you were able to take some great value out of this. If you're new to my channel, I have multiple meditations, affirmations, subliminals that are ready for you to connect to and tune into to help you manifest even faster and start to reprogram your subconscious. So that way, little by little, you end up attracting what you want effortlessly. So make sure to check those out, and if you find that this could be helpful for someone you know, please feel free to share and subscribe and hit the like button so that we can get more of these videos. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.